Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Hope you're getting on. Raining up here in Newcastle. Hope it's a bit sunny where you are. Let's see if we can brighten your day. Nice segue that by looking at AI document capture. Now, my name's Matt. I'm going to be presenting the information for you in today's session. And if you've been with us before, you'll know the rules. If not, these are the rules. So your microphone is muted automatically. So if you need a cough or sneeze, don't worry. You're not going to interject or interrupt anything that we're talking about today. So feel free. Michael just coughed on hand there. Fantastic. We also have a handout attached to today's webinar. One in colour and one in black and white. If you're like me, you might want to print out the black and white one and take notes. But the colour one is there also if you're going to view it on your desktop, and it's got clickable links with help center articles and resources that you can use after this session to improve your understanding and learning of what we're going to be covering today. Now, you can also send us your questions. So that speech bubble there with a question mark inside, that's for you. So if you do have a question, send them across. We prioritize answering questions about the subject matter first. So anything about AI document capture. Anything else that we can't answer or we don't have the time to answer today, we will follow up with you after via email. But you're also going to get a copy of today's recording, and that's going to be sent to you an hour after this session has concluded. So if you do want to rewatch and click along in your own software, please do so using that recording. But always remember, if you are going to do that, take backups beforehand. But I think that's all the rules that we need to go over today. Let's have a look and see what we're going to be covering subject-wise. So first off, we're going to have a look at what is AI document capture. As always, we're going to head into a demonstration because I think we all believe that's where you get your best learning from, is actually seeing something done, seeing the mechanics of it in order. Then there's going to be a find out more and a chance to submit some feedback and some further support, and obviously the Q&A afterwards. But fire your questions in during the session. As I say, we're on hand with Michael, Laura, and I believe Abby as well in the background here to answer any questions that you do have. So now that we're all ready, let's dive straight in. What is AI document capture? So some of you may have used or heard of auto entry, and in many ways this is kind of like a streamlined version of that. Not as complex, but easier to use, as you'll see in the demonstration. And like everything else, this might not be something that you're going to lean on or use in your everyday to day. So it's not like a one size fits all. But if you are going to use it, it's brilliant. And it's so much of a time saver. You're going to be glad that it's been there. So it has got huge, tremendous benefits. And as it says in front of you there, it streamlines the entry of your purchase invoices and your credit notes. And it's a fully integrated solution into Sage 50 accounts. This is not an addition to your subscription. This is included if you want to use it and you are using connected services, which I'll go on to later on in the session as well. Now, as always, we will outline the benefits as I have done already. Time is valuable. And by using AI document capture, you're going to save that time, and it gives you that ability to focus on other aspects of your day-to-day. Some things are more important than data entry, aren't they? So as always at Sage, we're trying to take that away from you so you can streamline all that process. AI document capture, as it says in front of you here, previous versions, i.e. version 31, it was known as purchase automation, but renamed in version 32 to AI document capture. So during the session again, or if you're watching the video back, session back, and you think, well, this is different words in front of me, that'll be the reason why. It's just a different version. And if you do want to upgrade to version 32, just go to sage.co.uk/help, type in version 32, and it'll guide you through the process of doing so. We always recommend being on the latest version just to get the most out of your software. So as I say, you may see it available in your product already. You may not have used it, but today we're going to try and change that so it gives you that benefit. Now, you do have to have a Sage account connected. So if you do have 2FA, bank feeds, anything like a connected services that already exists, this is going to be a very, very easy process for you. It's literally the click of a button and you're going to be there. Now, the AI that's built in to AI document capture is quite clever because it recognizes different formats and information, names, dates, as it says there, addresses, line items, etc., on an invoice, and automatically inputs it for you. Now, the human aspect is still there, as always, because you've got to check these things before you actually post them. But the majority of the legwork is done for you, taking away the painstaking data entry that you may do on multi-line invoices that you receive. I think the best thing to do is go through the demonstration, because that's going to show you exactly what can be done. Now, this is quite a quick demonstration, okay, because there's not much to it. Like I say, it's quite an easy area of the program to use. So we'll jump straight into it now, see what it can do. So hopefully you'll be able to see my Sage 50 accounts in front of you there. It's my home screen. And I'm using my company called Year End, and what we do for business is year ends. So my company, plain and simple, is just year end, and I'm using the professional variant. Now, what you'll find, depending on the variant that you have, is you'll get different values of credits to use in your AI document capture, and I'm going to go on to that during the demonstration as well. But first things first, let's have a look and see where we're going. So quite simply, connected services, and you'll have this here, AI document capture or AI document capture settings. Let's head into settings. Not much to show here. Essentially, what you can do is when you upload that invoice that we received or forwarded to yourself on your email, you can always apply supplier defaults to said uploads, or you can leave that blank and you can start getting a bit more control for yourself by the input. Again, I'll demonstrate that for you. Or you can disconnect. Don't know why you would do that, but you could do. That's how simple the settings are. But let's head into the main piece here. AI document capture. Purchase automation, depending on your version. Once you've clicked it, obviously your Sage account is connected as it should be. This is the screen that you will view. So what you can do now is, you see this email address here, yearend-purchases@aisage.com. This email address is your unique email address that's automatically assigned to you when you activate your AI document capture. You can't change it, and it's designated to you based on your company name that's in the software. So as you can see, my company is called Year End, therefore my email address is yearend-purchases@ai.sage.com. Now, let's say there was a different company called Year End. Let's face it, I might have a competitor doing exactly the same thing. What would happen to that email address? It would slightly change. It may have a number inserted to it, i.e. it may turn into yearend-999-purchases. So have no fear, that email address is unique to your company. Now, why is that email address there? Well, you've got two options. When you receive an invoice via email from your supplier, you could forward that email invoice to that email address, and it will be picked up by a document capture in this section here for you to review. Or one step removed from that, you could give this email address directly to your suppliers and say, when you email me an invoice, could you email this address instead of the general inbox, or wherever it may be. Once they start doing that, this is where your invoices are going to populate the emails that it picks up. And what you would do to check for that, as you can see here, is you would check the date section which you're looking for, and you click refresh. Once you've done that, if somebody has emailed you an invoice across, it would be populated in this box once it has refreshed. Now, I'm not going to demonstrate that email process. It's quite simplistic and, as I say, self-explanatory, as I just have done there. But this is going to be the link if you want to cut out as much of the processing as you possibly can do, i.e. forwarding yourself emails. What I'm going to do today is I'm just going to manually upload this invoice. Let's say I've received it in the post what's been dropped through the front door on their passing, and I've scanned it and I want to upload it. So what I would do is I would click on upload files, and I can drag or drop the file here. So if I do have a folder of invoices, which just like Blue Peter I do, I could drag one of these invoices straight across. But just for transparency, let's have a look at one of the invoices that I'm going to be using today before we do any kind of uploading or importing. So this is an invoice that I received from a company called Matt Batty Webinars Limited. Great service that they deliver, and they do standard webinars, elite webinars, and also I have charged them a traveling fee from a dinner. I did go by private jet and I ate at the Shard, so I've charged them respectively for that. And these are the charges for the webinars as well. So this is the kind of blank information I'm going to be importing, or should I say uploading, into software. So like I say, you can drag or drop the file here. Now you can just find it. Open. So it says there, PDF. And as I say, usually your invoices do come through as a PDF, don't they? But if you have used a scan and it's a JPEG or something like that, well, it will pick it up generally. As you can see, the files are formatted here and the rules are there again. So as long as you're following these rules at the bottom here, you're going to be absolutely fine. So then I will click upload, and it's uploading 1 of 1. So that's what I selected. Now you'll get to this information box here. You do have the option to, I'm just going to cover it first. Don't show me this again. I never click that, just in case one day I need some information from here. But this just gives you the process, the life cycle of what's happening. So when you initially upload, it'll be processing. You click refresh, it'll either still say processing or it'll say review needed, one of the two. Once the review is complete, obviously that's when you'll be able to see the ready for posting, and we'll cover that now. But again, I always leave these messages up. I know it might be annoying for some of you, but I always leave them up just in case there's a bit of information on there that I may need. So just as it said there, you can see my file name here, document capture invoice, PDF, time was uploaded, etc., etc. And then what I will do is click refresh to see if AI has done its job yet. I'm not hurrying it along. It says review needed. Superb. So type invoice, source, upload. You need it. So I would click on review. Now, as you can see here, everything is quite blank. It's got the values in of what it should be. It's got the details. If you remember, I showed you the invoice before. I had my traveling fee on there, but there's no nominal code, there's no departments or anything like that at all. And that's because I haven't assigned it to a supplier yet. Now, it does have the ability to pick up the supplier's name if it's clear on the invoice. In this instance, it wasn't, but I'll show you a demonstration where it is in just a moment. But I just wanted to show you how to manually select a supplier first. So I've manually selected my supplier, and it says, do you want to apply this supplier's default nominal code, tax code, and department values? So I'm just going to click yes. Once I've clicked yes, that doesn't mean it's not locked in and unable to change. I can still go through and change the nominal codes here. Change the departments. If you're using projects, you can also assign to projects here at the same time. So if I was to quickly demonstrate that for you, I'm going to close out of this. Settings, preferences. Enter my password and quickly enable my project. As you can see, it's just appeared on the left-hand side there. Go back to connected services, back to my AI document capture. Even though I was part way through what I was doing there, the review is still here. So then I will pick my supplier again. Yes. The details and the code and what have you. Now, you see the projects and what columns haven't uploaded, and that's because I would need to re-upload. So I'll cancel out of that. Just click delete. It's gone, like it never happened. And then all I have to do is re-upload that file. Doesn't take 2 seconds. So you see how easy this is to use, even when you introduce human error into it. Click refresh, and then click review. Now, nominal codes. I haven't used the default yet, bear with me a second. What you can do here is what it hasn't pulled through is you can manually enter. So remember I said I was having dinner at the Shard. You can input that, not a problem at all. I can change tax codes, even got the disputed options here. So you've still got full autonomy about what you want to do. And the main items of the actual invoice itself, the important part, as I would say, is the net, the VAT and the gross, all included. Now you do have the option of removing particular rows if you want to, again, full autonomy, but just FYI, if you do remove a row, you can't add it back in, you would have to re-upload the invoice again. But then I would just click OK. Oh, actually, sorry, I rushed ahead a bit there. If I want to view the uploaded file that I have viewed, I can just click in the top right-hand corner here. Forgive me for that. But what that will do is it'll bring up the actual invoice itself, as you can see there. I will click OK to that. So I've reviewed it, I'm happy, and now it says ready for posting. Now let's imagine you've done this 5 or 6 times, you've got them all in here. When you want to post it, you would just highlight the one that you want to post selected transactions. What's going to happen now? It's going to update my supplier. If I put a tick in this box, I can see what has been posted. As you can see, transaction created from AI document capture invoice.pdf has been successfully posted to Sage 50 accounts. Click close. Then I head over to my supplier, Macpadding webinars, and I'll highlight the activity, and there it is. There's the invoice for you. Good question just come in from Judy there. Once this has been posted, does it automatically attach a copy of the invoice? Well, there's good news to that question. Currently, in version 32 and below, no, it doesn't. So just to continue the demonstration, what you would have to do in that aspect or situation is click on attach, navigate to the invoice here, and attach it that way. That wasn't a very laborious job, was it? Took me less than 7 seconds to click attach and attach the file. However, the good news is version 33, it's going to automatically attach for you. So that's the good news aspect of it. Once you've upgraded version 33 upon its release and you're going to be using this, it's going to automatically attach. And I tell you why that has been introduced. It's feedback from our customer base, from you guys. So we love it when you guys get involved and you use our software and you notice little things that need to be changed and you think, I wish it did this, I wish it did that. When this first came out, a little bit of feedback was, I wish the invoices would automatically attach. Our software developers looked at it and they put it into the program in version 33. So we listen. So that's coming in short. Now you can see here, what it's done is it's uploaded the invoice. You can see the detail below. Again, reference for you. I'm not going to go through all of this. We all know what an invoice looks like and how it should be input. The main focus is the mechanics of the AI document capture that we're looking at. But you can see it successfully uploaded everything that I wanted it to upload to the correct supplier. All I had to do there, minimal bit of effort, was attaching that PDF. But we can close that off. A really good question came in there. If you don't want invoices to be attached on version 33, can it be turned off? I'm going to be honest with you, unsure of that as of yet, but that's a question that I'm going to take away and get back to you on. That's a very good question indeed. So that's something that I will look at and update you with. So thank you, Amy. Thank you for asking that. Right. So that was the mechanics, essentially, of AI document capture. How easy was that? I'm going to briefly show you what it can do now when it picks other things up. So if we go into settings, okay, we were here at the start of the actual section itself. This time I'm going to put a tick in this box, always apply supply defaults. So your nominal codes, everything that you've got in particular for certain suppliers, you want to always apply their defaults. I'm guessing it, generally you would. So I would open that setting and put a little tick in that box. You don't have to, obviously. Then head into AI document capture. And what I'm going to do now is I've invoiced myself, just for the sake of this demonstration. So my company year end has invoiced itself year end. There are scenarios where that can happen, and does happen. So I'm going to browse to my particular invoice 101, as I've called it here, and I'm going to upload that file. Now, what the AI is going to do here, display that message again, processing, click refresh, and click on review. Now you can see it's automatically picked up that supplier from that invoice. I know it's me, but it's automatically picked. And a good question came in there, can you alter the reference? Well, yes, you can, just up here. Top left there. Good question came in from Yana. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Apologies if not. So you can adjust the reference in the top left-hand corner here. Again, you've got the ability to view the uploaded file. Forgive me, this isn't the fanciest of files because I'm invoicing myself. You can see all the lines that we have here, all the detail that is put in, and you can see this is much more detailed now that it's picked up. It even automatically picked up the supplier as I referenced before. This again is where you'll have the ability to add your extra references, look at your tax codes, the VAT, disputed, etc. Remove certain lines, completely up to you. Again, the autonomy's there. But in this instance, Perfect World, I've quickly reviewed that and thought, yeah, that's absolutely spot on. Just click OK, ready for posting, highlight, post selected transactions. I'll post it here. And then when I head over to year end, there it is, reference 85. You can see I left it blank there, Yana. Superb. Everything's as I want it to be. So yeah, that's AI document capture, connected services. So there. I'll demonstrate one more time for you all. Another thing is this credits here. A couple of questions came in through on the credits. It depends on what variant you have as to what credits you have applied to you. So I've used I've used 17 of my credits there. And again, click help if you want to find out about purchasing additional credits as it states there. But in essential, this is the kind of ladder that goes up. Essentials, you start with 25, standard 50, professional 75 as well. Have a look at the questions now. Maybe good question. Yes, correct. Project details are going to be there for you when you upload an invoice, so you can assign it to your projects, and cost codes and what have you can be reviewed as well. Another good question. That's very, very good indeed. Just having a, sorry for the silence here, just want to see if there's any questions that I can pick up. Good question from Simon. What are the main differences between auto entry and AI capture? Well, AI capture, now that you've seen it, you can see it's a lot more simplistic to use options wise. It's going to capture things from an invoice, and then there's still your autonomy in there in order for you to designate things to certain places and then post them, rather than everything happening just automatically for you. A question from James as well. How do you get more credits? Essentially, you purchase them. If you're in the program, click on help and it'll guide you through that process of being able to purchase extra credits. But the actual area of the program itself, the functionality of it, is at no cost to you. So even if you just want to practice it, you use it very rarely. Let's say you've just got one line item per invoice. Is it going to be beneficial for you to purchase credits, to do it that way? Or is the manual invoice going to be the best way of doing it for you? So it's kind of pros and cons of it. For me, giving suppliers that email address for them just to directly send the invoices to is superb, because it's not going to clog up what email address you already have if you're using it for multiple purposes. And it's going to go directly to where you want it to go anyway, your Sage. And then you can review everything that's in there. Superb. Right then. That is the end of the demonstration for you. So further information, as always, is going to be available on these clickable links. So what is document capture and how to enable AI document capture as well. So if you click on those links, it's going to direct you straight to those two articles. Now, as I say, any changes that you think could be made to it, or any ideas that you have on this or any other area of the program, get involved. Google Sage Roadmap. Leave your ideas there for us. It's how we evolve. It's how we adapt this program to better suit your processes and its needs. So many different things have came just from customer invention. And I know it's just a small piece of the puzzle by adding that invoice automatically, which is coming in version 33. But all these small pieces together save you small amounts of time, which accumulatively can save you minutes, hours within your day. So question from William there is, you don't necessarily access the purchaser's inbox. It is AI document capture, so anything that is emailed there purchase-wise will show up in AI document capture. Good question though. I think the guys are flying through these questions now, which is excellent. Again, Darshana, good question again, coming through there. Is AI capture free to use? Or is it free for a certain amount of invoices? You do get credits assigned to you. As I said before, sorry if you missed that part, but you do get credits assigned for you to use. But the area of the software is free for you to use. You don't have to pay for it. It's not an additional subscription to have or activate AI document capture. You've already got it there if you want to practice with it. Okay, so this is for purchase invoices and purchase credits. So your PIs and your PCs, so your invoices and your credit notes. This is the area of the program or the business that it's going to focus on and work for you. A really good questions came in from Kim there, saying, does the email auto respond to the supplier to say the invoice has been received? It doesn't, no. But that is something that you could potentially submit on the ideas board on our Sage roadmap. Very good idea to have that implemented in. So thank you for that, Kim. And again, really good question. Can the description be changed? Yes, it can. Once you're in the program and you've uploaded, I'll show you an invoice. That's the files here. Again, I'm just going to upload my invoice that I uploaded before. I didn't post it. Oh, I did post it, sorry. What you can do if you want to remove a posted invoice, you have an issue saying it's not possible because you're trying to upload the same file twice, like I have there, you can look at your posted here and you can just delete it. It's gone. And I'll give you the ability to re-upload that file again. Troubleshooting for you there. So if we look at here, it's still processing. And we'll see if there's review is needed, which it is. Superb. So you can even change the supplier. Let's say accidentally it picked up the wrong supplier. You can change the supplier, the reference, department, the details, just by accessing. I can get rid of all of that. I can put test. Department, nominal codes, references. These are all things that you can change. Really good question from Lee there. How does the description capture for each invoice? Is it first line of the description? So if we have a look, just going to close out this one. We're going to head over to our suppliers here. We're going to have a look at Map Value webinars. Remember the first one that we uploaded. You can see in the details section here, it picks them up in order. So traveling fee, dinner at the Shard. If there was just one available there, it would just pick up the one. If they're all available, like they were for year end, and the second, more detailed, it's going to have them all there as normal. Really good question. Superb. I think the guys are on top of all the questions that are coming in here. What I'm going to do is just go through a few bits more here while I pick up the reminders. Now, for further education on any of the subjects that we have, go to sage.co.uk/webinars. You'll be able to look at all the old webinars that we've put out there. We've got a fantastic archive of all the previous sessions that we've run. Type in what you want to look for, see if there's a webinar applicable for that. If not, go to sage.co.uk/help. Have a look at the Help Centre articles, look at the guides that we have up there, watch some of the videos that are embedded on these guides. Failing that, you can contact our technical support team. If you've got the telephone subscription, give us a call. If not, use the chat function. We're always more than happy to help you if you have any concerns at all. As I say, if you've got any idea for webinars as well, what we always ask you to do at the end of every single session, if you've been before, you'll know, is complete that feedback form. You complete that feedback form, let us know what subjects that you want to be covered. Obviously, this session today is part of International Accounting Day, which always brings a smile to our faces because it lasts a week or so. It's part of the series. Remember, in order to receive the badge, the coveted badge, you must attend the quiz hosted by Michael. Your attendance to that one is mandatory. That's going to be tomorrow. Superb. Excellent. Again, so look through all these questions just to see if there's anything that we can pick up. Question from Daniel is, can you change the normal code? Yes, you can. From David, sorry, David, can you change the normal code? Indeed, you can. So again, if I just do quickly before we end the session, I go back to it. I like to show as much as possible. If we click on review here, you'll see nominal code can be changed depending on what you want it to be. So yeah, good question, David. Now you can't add currently a line item to an invoice. It will only pick up what's on the invoice itself. So for some reason there's something on the invoice line item that it's not picking up, then you would have to manually enter that one. Hopefully that answers that question for you, Victoria. So as you can see, you can remove but not add. Again, that might be something that we want to have looked at. Superb. Brilliant, brilliant. Good question from Brian there is, can the due date be adjusted as we tend to have varying payment run dates? Yes, it can. So just standard calendar options, yeah. We could change it, whatever you require. Again, you've got that autonomy. It's going to give you the ability to change what it's copied. Brilliant. Superb, brilliant. I think we're on top of all the questions there from what I can see. If there is any that we have missed, don't worry, we'll be in touch afterwards via email. But just to head back to my slides here, I want to thank you all for your ears and attendance in today's session. I'll give you 7 minutes back of that there. If you do need further advice, please get in touch, but also complete the survey afterwards. Let us know your thoughts. Any further questions that you've got, you can leave them on the survey as well. I will be in touch with you, have no fear. But just like to thank you again for attending today and thank the guys for the help and support that they've offered. Hope you have wonderful weekends and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.